Hello and welcome to Module 1 of GCool 106, Golf Marketing. Before you started the chapter and the PowerPoint show for this module, I wanted to draw your attention to one of the articles that you'll find in Articles and Videos in the Moodle sidebar. The article deals with persuasion, and I wanted to cover a few of the persuasive tactics that you're going to find in there. There's about 21 in total, but I wanted to touch on just a few of them because these persuasive tactics are hugely important both to your personal communication abilities, but certainly insofar as your sales skills are concerned and when you're creating advertisements. So these persuasion tactics are something that we know about intuitively perhaps, but very, very few of us actually know them all or certainly know how to use them all. So we've put them all together in one essay, and hopefully you can mix and match them. It's good to use one, but it's better to use 10. So I think once you read the essay, you'll see why these are so persuasive, and certainly in tandem and in combination. So I'll touch on a few of them that I hope you find interesting. The first one was actually created by Aristotle, and it deals with something called ethos, pathos, and logos. And ethos has to do with a person's credibility. So if you're a salesperson, for example, before someone wants to buy from you, they have to trust you. So ethos refers to the ethics or the credibility of the person. So as a company, of course, we want to have a good corporate image, and as individuals, we want to appear to be trustworthy. So that's important in your sales stories and in your advertisements to play up the ethos aspect. The second part of the formula that Aristotle created was pathos. And pathos deals with drama. So in other words, if someone's bored, they're not going to pay attention, and they're certainly not going to be motivated to buy. So pathos suggests the need to instill drama or to get someone's attention and to excite them. So think about how you can excite someone when you're selling or writing advertisements, and you're much more likely to get and retain their attention. The third part of the stool is logos, and logos appeals to logical people. So when you think of logos, think of logic. So again, the pathos will appeal to people's emotions, where logos will appeal to people's brains. So basically, if you're an ethical organization, an ethical person, you've made a dramatic appeal. Now it's time to give them the facts, the benefits, the features. So lay out a very convincing case logically as to why they should do what you're trying to get them to do. So that's those three. Then there's association, and we're all familiar with that, where you try to use well-known people, the Tiger Woods of golf, of course. And if you can associate your products and services with someone famous or someone trustworthy, going back to ethos, you've got a fairly powerful persuasive tactic at your disposal. Consistency is important. People like to deal with companies that they believe are going to deliver consistent service and products that are of high quality and well priced. So basically, if you can assure them of consistency, that's very persuasive as well. Next one is anticipation. We all know how much fun it is to anticipate a date or a holiday or something like this. Certainly tour companies use anticipation, where people book holidays months and months in advance, and they spend months in anticipation about how wonderful it's going to be. So if you can make people look forward to something and anticipate the gains or pleasure or the fun they're going to have, that's very persuasive as well. Then there's social proof. If a lot of other people are doing something, that must be a good reason that perhaps I should do it too, or you should do it too. So when you can convince people that this is the way society is moving, for example, the environmental movement, for a long, long time it seemed that the gas-guzzling vehicles were going to be here to stay, but very quickly in the last couple of years, society in North America has certainly moved away from that, and this is in large part due to the fact that social pressure, social proof, is now moving in the direction of green. So use social proof. If other people are doing it, that can be quite persuasive for you. Scarcity, of course. Diamonds aren't really scarce, but the diamond companies dribble them out in such small quantities that they keep them scarce. So if you can suggest that this is the last one available or the last few available, and if someone wants it, they think, well, I better buy now. So scarcity is quite persuasive as well. Last I'll cover in this is metaphors. So these are analogies and stories that you can tell. And the metaphor is a way to make people understand something that perhaps they wouldn't otherwise have understood. You could think perhaps of someone mixing cement, and a little girl comes along and she says, what are you doing? And while the person may know that she doesn't understand much about mixing cement, he could say, have you ever watched your mother make a cake? Well, just as the ingredients of a cake follow a recipe, the ingredients for mixing cement follow a recipe too. So by evoking that metaphor of making a cake that perhaps the little girl would be familiar with, a person could explain how you mix cement as well. So that's just a few of the persuasive tactics that you'll find in that essay. As I say, there's 21 of them, and they're very, very important, and you can use them in your working life, you can use them in your personal life, but it's really quite interesting to look at the whole arsenal in tandem and see exactly how they work. So time now to refer to your chapter and your PowerPoint show, and thanks very much. We'll be in touch again.